What's up, guys? Dark Visor here. Hope you guys are doing well. Tonight's video, had another little short news video for you guys. Actually, I was gonna make it two, but I thought to split them apart because I think the interest in both would be so far in between that it wouldn't make sense to put them together. And I'm referring to a new virtual fighter game that was announced, but again, I doubt that. I mean, they're both made by Sega, yes, but I don't think the fan bases are that closely linked together. I like both. I just don't feel like there are like Sonic fans out there clamoring for this. But anyway, tonight's video, or the first one, is actually that there was a Sonic Direct. Finger quote, not really Sonic Direct, it's called Sonic Central. I guess Sega's little, play and pun on Nintendo Directs and everything. May 27th, this Friday, they are going to have a actually that's Thursday, sorry. May 27th, this week they're going to have a Sonic Central, which is going to talk about it's going to show a first look at some of the upcoming projects, partnerships, and events to celebrate Sonic's 30th anniversary. It'll be shown on YouTube and Twitch. Hopefully I can stream it, get an actual true reaction, because like I said, to some who know me on other social platforms, I've been a Sonic fan since the series first started in America. Granted, when I was a kid, I didn't really know much about it. My parents, my dad would read the comics to me. They bought me the games. I understood the games enough to get pretty far. As a kid, though, back when it first came out, I think the furthest I could get in like Sonic 1 was, I want to say the furthest I ever got in that game was the Spring Hill Zone. And then I think eventually I did get to the Labyrinth Zone, but I cannot recall if I could beat it as a kid. I remember my first time beating that stage right there was like one of the biggest milestones for me as a kid. Because Eggman in that fight, you can kill him before he takes off. It's hard. It's hard to beat him before he gets to the top. But it's the fact that you have to climb, basically just climb and survive without drowning. And when I first beat that as a kid, that was a huge event for me. Sonic 2, I want to say I was able to get to the Death Egg Zone as a kid, but I could not beat the Egg Mech until I figured out how to beat him. The hand missiles always threw me off as a kid. That always usually killed me, But when I first beat him, I want to say I was still a kid when I first beat Sonic 2. I finally beat it. I don't remember how I beat it. But because I remember I beat it, the reason of knowing this is because the end music to that song, I was a kid, and as a kid, kids do dumb things. And with that song, I made a song up to that music. Granted, I cannot tell you guys what it was now, but I recall in my head, my mom was doing laundry, and I beat it, and as the stage was playing, I made a song up, while she was in there singing to that music. God, kids do dumb things, like the fan base nowadays. But I did that, and in Sonic 3, of course, I got to the Carnival Zone with the stupid barrel. I could not beat that. But anyway, I could go on about my history with Sonic as long as I could. But, I followed Sonic since it first started, so I'm looking forward to this event. Usually with Sonic things, though, I am keep your expectations low with Sonic. As we all know, Sonic Forces was one of the last big 3D games they had. They had Team Sonic Racing, but that game was also pretty bad. And if you like, that's good. There are many Sonic fans out there I see in like Facebook groups and Twitter that says, or that say, I really love this game. I don't see why more people didn't like it. And, some Sonic fans are just haters and they're not real fans. They don't like it. You can dislike something in a franchise, but critique it, because if you don't, you're accepting mediocre crap that Sega pushes out for no reason. I love Sega. They make good games. They have Persona now. They have Yakuza. They got Sonic, of course. Jet Set Radio, which they don't do anything with. House of the Dead. They got a lot of good stuff I love. But you don't have to be a fan and lick everything they drop on the ground off the ground with like you know, puppy dog eyes saying, "This is the greatest thing ever. Thank you, Sega." I'm thankful they still keep Sonic around, but you don't have to just accept everything they toss out, though. You know, Sonic Forces is not a good game. I mean, it's fun to go through it once, I guess you could say, but what they promised and what we got is not that great. Like, originally Sonic Forces was billed as a, you know, this dark, war-torn Sonic's gonna have to come back and stop Eggman after he conquered the world type of game. What we got was this happy-go-lucky, sunshine everywhere, friendship beats all, let's hold hands and spin through the air game, which tapped in classic Sonic for whatever reason I'll never understand. And the fact that classic Sonic is now considered a separate entity from modern Sonic. He's not the same character. It's like some kind of weird, like, no, classic exists in classic's world and modern exists in modern, and they're not the same character. It's Sega's logic is just beyond stupid sometimes, you know. That being said, you know, same thing with Team Sonic Racing. That game came out against Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot talked with that game so hard. And there are people out there saying, well, it's a good game. No, Sonic Transformed was a good game. That game did something different and was actually unique. Team Sonic Racing, what was unique? That you were forced to race with 3 other people, that if you won and your teammates came in last place, you technically lost, you know? It wasn't a good game. The team mechanic, I mean, only thing Sonic Team Racing had going for it, which all Sonic games have going for them, is it had good music. I bought the soundtrack. I like it. That's it. The game itself is a throwaway game. It is not that. It's not good. It's like you go from Team Sonic Racing, like if I had to put a list, it would go Transform, All Stars, and then Transform would be at the bottom of that list. Like Crash came out and just was everything in that game was better than Team Sonic Racing. The only bad thing about Crash is its skill ceiling was just like in space. It started out fine, like I don't know what they meant for it to be like that, but Crash started out fine. But what happened, it eventually over time transformed into, if you don't know how to keep Blue Flame going, you're never going to get first place. They balanced the weapons out a little bit, because I remember back in the day that you could throw 3 warp orbs on the map. I had a video somewhere that I probably got deleted when my old hard drive died, where there was like at least 3 warp orbs on the map. That's like crazy, but with that game, no, seriously, if you don't know how to hold Blue Flame, you're not going to come in first anymore. I mean, at first it was fine. Nobody was doing that. But as the game went on and at the point it is now, it's pretty much Blue Flame players who get to the first and stay in first. And that means you literally have max boost and you just keep it going the entire map. It's a cool mechanic. I don't agree that it should be in there that long. It should be a limit where you hit it, you get a boost, you gotta do it again. You don't just hold it and just keep flying across the map, you know. Because granted, not everybody can do that. And that brings up a bigger point of difficulty in games. I like Souls games, you know, Neo, Bloodborne, love those games. And granted, not everybody can beat those games, but they're built in a way that you can learn to beat it without being like, even if you get hit, you don't just do no hit runs. You can still be hit and make it through the game. With Crash, it's more like, the Blue Flame to me consists of I'm not being hit, kinda, in a Dark Souls game, and that's the only way to beat it, you know. But with this event though, going back to this and reeling the topic back in a little bit, I like I said, I'm hoping, I know some people are going like, I want Sonic Colors. To me, Sonic Colors was horrible. That is what started the trend of stupid Sonic stories. And again, if you like it, that's fine. As somebody who's grew up with Sonic since, like I said at the start, with me, Sonic has kind of matured to a point where, and I'm not gonna try to make this video go on too long, guys, but Sonic hit its plateau with me with Sonic 06. Because growing up, Sonic 06 came around the time where I was old enough that I wanted my friends to like Sonic, because around that time, you had games like Halo, you had games, you know, like that coming out, Call of Duty, and Sonic was still kind of seen as a kid's game to an extent, you know. I love Adventure 2. Heroes kind of went down a notch with the superpower of friendship, teamwork, whatever. And then Shadow was like a little too edgy, but in a cheesy way. I think if they had actually went all out with Shadow, it would have been good. But it was kind of cheesy in a way. But sorry, my phone just told me the weather outside is very hot. I know that phone. That's the summer for you. But Sonic Colors, like Sonic 06, I know it's a bad game. Granted, I don't care about the kiss. I could make a video about Sonic 06 and I'll praise the kiss. I don't care about it really. Again, as a 90s kid, it did not bother me. I guess because some people have these head canons in their head for Sonic so hard. They're like the My Hero fan base, where they get these head canons, and if anybody says anything against it, they just go berserk. You know, Lord knows My Hero is bad about that. But with Sonic though, you know, I guess something like him with Amy and stuff, but with me, Sonic's been around so many different people and characters. Yeah, technically Sega wants him with Amy, but the kiss in 06 was not that bad, because in the 90s we had cartoons like April O'Neil from the Turtles. We had I want to say her name Harvey. Oh my God, Weather Channel. I know. You know, I want to say it was Harvey. From Biker Mice from Mars. I'm probably got that name wrong. I know her name was a pun on a bike or something like that, but she was in Biker Mice. One of the mice liked her. You know, you had Roger Rabbit with Jessica Rabbit. They looked nothing alike. Good God, how he got her, you know, because he makes her laugh and stuff like that. Gargoyles, things like that, you know, you kind of got used to. You know, it wasn't, anything bad. It was just kind of more of a cute kind of play on the little couple thing, you know. But with Sonic 06 though, the whole point was it was a mature game. I had my cousin come over, and I'll never forget him telling me, like, he saw the opening cutscene of the game, and he's like, dude, what is this? Is this Final Fantasy? And that's a joke a lot of people make with Sonic 06's opening, is it looked amazing. This game looked like, holy crap, this looks amazing. Sadly, as soon as that first cutscene ends, we get this horrible in-game cutscene that just looks horrible. And the game is filled with bugs and everything. Again, the game has good music, but when you sit back and learn what happened with that game and what it could have been, it could have honestly been, and I know you don't want to talk in like certain tenses, you know, but it could have been the best Sonic game made. All the stuff they cut, the story, the in-game elements, there was going to be like a little store, there's going to be a rainbow gem to make it go super, outside of stages, you know, they cut, like I said, they cut story elements out of the game a lot. They cut a lot of the story out. Other stages, all kinds of stuff they cut out that game, you know. And Sonic 06 had so much going against it that I mean, it was bad, yes, but I can't hold everything against the game itself. I hold it against Sega and their management at that time. The fact that you split the team just to put a game on the Wii, because they didn't want the Nintendo system to come out without a game, because it could not run on the Wii back then. So they're like, you know what, let's split this team, you know, when we're doing production, and put half on a Wii game, to push out a Wii game. And then Yuki, he left. Yuji left. You know, he left the company at the beginning of the project, you know. And the fact they also pushed out the game for a Christmas holiday. They could have waited a little bit, but no, back then Sega was really bad about pushing out games before the finish. It's like, no, we gotta hit this deadline. We just gotta push it out. You know, but we haven't tested it, doesn't matter, push it out. And you know, they're like, okay, you know, it's not ready. And then they also used the PS3 version of the game to build upon. Anybody who knows how both games run, I have games on both systems. The original demo for 06 controlled very good on the 360. It was actually playable and fun on the 360, but sadly they went to the PS3 version, which was actually broken. And you know, it's like, well, God, that game has so much going against it, you know. So, you know, and then Sonic found some, you know, for me, like I said, it was kind of a first game where it's like, guys, look at this game. It looks amazing, doesn't it? It looked more mature. My friends were like, yeah, it looks kind of cool, man. I may actually check it out. But then it came out, it was just broken and buggy. And it's like, well, that's kind of what happened right there. And then they kind of took the series with Colors into like this comedy route. you know, where like Sonic's like, there's no copyright in the world can they can stop me or whatever, and it kind of just went with the whole meme culture from that point on. And the games as they went on they were just corny in a way. And granted, Sonic's never been a well-written Odyssey type story, but it wasn't so forced on with Colors, because Colors, when they hired new writers and everything, but thankfully they're gone. We have new writers for the new game from what we understand, so I am hoping so hard that they got the story right with this new game, because Forces was just bad, because like, you know, there's one part in the beginning where Sonic is like in prison, and it's a translation error to an extent where he's like in prison, and it's like he's been tortured or he's been held in prison. Sonic is just happy. You know, in Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic was in prison for like less than a day, I think. You know, he's freaking out, you know. And in Forces, he's in prison for like, you know, months, and he's just like, yeah, I'm doing good, dude. You know, let me make a joke about you and stuff, and I'm gonna break out and be all happy and stuff. And it's like, oh God, guys. But again, those writers are gone, so I'm hoping that the new game has better writers if there's a new 3D game. There's been a lot of rumors that there's gonna be a remaster of Colors and some of the older games from the Sega Genesis era. I prefer not. I get tired when companies have to fall back on remasters to do new stuff, because it means to me you have no other ideas. So it's like, let's jump back and look at a game that somewhat did well and re-release it. You know, it's kind of like Resident Evil 4 in Skyrim, where they re-released those games so much because it's like, well, they did well in the past. We don't really have anything right now, so let's make a filler game and re-release Resident Evil 4 again for a new batch of systems, or, you know, let's re-release Colors because it did somewhat well in the past. Like, no, please keep those games where they stay and just make a new game, guys. Come on. But we'll see. Those rumors may become true tomorrow. Like I said, they seem plausible that they are real. I just prefer something new than remasters of old games where, you know, Colors is pretty, but the story is stupid as hell. I'm sorry to say it. It's just stupid. You know, like I said, I don't care for Sonic and comedy. And when I say that, to an extent, you know, and I keep saying I didn't want to make this a long video, but with Sonic I'm very passionate about, and I kind of go off at times. It's hard to reel me in when I don't have friends around. Unless Sonic is setting out to be a comedy at first, then it's okay. Like Sonic Boom, the TV show, that was actually funny. Not every episode was great, but it was actually funny. You know, one of my favorite scenes, I can't recall exactly how it says, I'll look for the clip, is where they are working on a shelf, I think, and it's like a play on IKEA, I think. And, you know, Tails is messing up a T bracket or something like that, and it's either a T bracket or something, and Tails like, you mean L bracket? And Sonic's like, Tails, so help me, if you've been confusing L brackets with T brackets this entire time, you know, just his anger from Tails messing up something like that was great. But the series sets out to be a comedy. That it was meant to be a comedy, so that's fine. Most Sonic games don't set out to be that, but they turn into comedies. You know, they don't set out to be funny, but they try to force in dumb, corny jokes or humor and logic in the game that doesn't make sense. Like, you know, one thing from Forces was Infinite. He couldn't figure out how the Avatar character had the ability to miss his attacks and stuff. Like, how are you missing my attacks? He couldn't put two and two together. Like, you dropped a gem, you dropped a ruby, a test ruby. You know, you're so cocky, you dropped this, and I hate villains like that, where they overlook something that huge, a weapon that powerful, you dropped it in a fight with Silver and don't remember, and you can't put two and two together. Like, this is the first character that your attacks aren't working on. Why is that? Think about it, man. Think for 1 second. Like the meme says with Invincible, even though he says think one time, people nowadays say think twice. He's like, think Infinite. You know, what is making this guy miss your attacks and stuff? You know, maybe he has a ruby like you. Think about it, buddy. The first person to come in here and do this. What's going on here? You know, so that's that. Like I said, with the 3D game, I'm keeping my hopes low on it right now. I'm hoping I'm proved wrong. I'm hoping this Thursday I see a new trailer and it makes me go ballistic and it makes me go insane. I hope it makes me go out to Walmart and buy some Pepsi Blue and drink it just because it's blue. You know, that's my hopes. I'm hoping it's something so good that it's gonna bring Sonic back on top. You know, Sonic Mania is fine, but I don't like having to rely on 2D games to, you know, make Sonic good again. You know, because it's like you fail at one extreme, you gotta fall back on 2D games to do good. So let's just hope. Let's hope it's good. Let's hope it's so good. Like I said, I'm going in. My hopes are low, and I want them to be, you know, just skyrocketed. It's what I'm hoping for. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing again. Oh my God, Sonic is back. Because what I would like is for Sonic to be like Nintendo. With Sonic games, I never think about it as a Game of the Year contender. Ever. Nintendo games, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, you know, games like that. You know, usually those games I think are contenders for Game of the Year. They usually do really well. They get tons of praise. You know, they're 3D games. They're just always amazing. If they make a new Metroid game, they're still working on it. My God, who knows where it's at? It could be considered also, I guarantee it, it's gonna be a Game of the Year contender. But Lord knows we'll see Metroid Prime 4 at this point. They've been working on that thing for like 5 years now. But I'm hoping this year E3 will see it, you know. But I want Sonic in the 3D game to be contender of the year for once. You know, it's like, man, guys, this game is so good. We're gonna vote for Game of the Year. So far, Sonic has never done that I know of, ever. So let's just hope. You know, besides the game, though, they're talking about upcoming projects. I want to hope that we'll see a teaser trailer for the Netflix show. Granted, I don't know if they'll show a teaser or if they'll just show the logo. If anything, my lowest expectations with that is they will show the logo for the series, like animated, like they'll show it on the screen, like it'll spin around. You may hear a voice actor talking or something, and it may just like smash the screen or something, saying, you know, this is the show's logo or whatever. Like, here it is, like bam. But I don't really see them showing a trailer. Now, if they show a trailer, again, if I stream this, I'll start flipping out because it's like they're actually showing footage of this. You know, those are two biggest things I can think of: a 3D game and a show off of the show as being their projects. Again, in my head, I want to say usually when it comes to these Sonic leaks that the remaster may be true, but I don't really care for colors. I mean, I may record footage from it, like if I buy the game, just because I know there are a lot of you who like Sonic on here. But for me, colors is one of my lowest games I care for in the series, because again, it's more so not so much that it's a bad game, it's just the comedy route they took with the series at that point makes it kind of a sour apple in my eye. It's not a bad apple, it's not rotten, it's just a sour one compared to all the sweet ones in my tree. The partnerships, more than likely, toys, t-shirts, you know, comic books, things like that. So I'm hoping they'll show some new like t-shirts and toys. I really would like to see some new toys of the IDW comic characters. They have been, IDW Comics version of Sonic has been so good lately that I want to support it as much as I can. It's actually good. They balance comedy with action and just a hint of darkness in it that is just amazing. Just amazing, seriously. They just blend it all together so well compared to anything Sega's done in years. And then they talk about events to celebrate Sonic's 30th anniversary. The only thing I can think of with that would be events to celebrate. Maybe some giveaways, and if anything, maybe a concert. I know a while back it was leaked there was gonna be a concert. That could be it. Could be like a live show or something. Hopefully it's better than that live show they had when they first revealed Forces. That was just kind of like, it just felt really, the audio was bad at that thing. You know, people were excited though for it, but the audio was just horrible. But that's the only thing I can think of with the celebration event for the 30th anniversary. But again, this is going to be exciting But again, it's going to be May 27th at 11 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And so that means it's going to be 11 o'clock my time, which is like the worst time it can be on Thursdays for me, because I actually have a meeting on Thursday at 11. So I'm gonna have to find a way to balance that meeting with this event. But I'm pretty dedicated to wanting to stream this event though. That's my goal, is to stream this event, because like I feel like I can actually stream this and get a legit reaction as long as nothing gets leaked out beforehand. Because with me, I want to do more reaction videos. It's just, for me, it's really hard to get excited for certain things, or to get a genuine expression out of me with certain things. Like, real freakouts are things like Splatoon 3. I freaked out at that. I love Splatoon. Splatoon 3 just had me going over the edge. Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, when it was first revealed, I teared up. I love Phantasy Star. That had me excited. Stuff like that, it has to be something I'm really passionate about. Things like a new Call of Duty aren't going to get that reaction out of me. It's like, that's okay. The initial reveal for Guilty Gear, maybe. I love Guilty Gear, but like, I'm not the kind of person that can do like character reveals too well, because it's like, I'm already excited for it. I'm not going to get excited for every single character they announce. It's just like, I'm just excited overall, you know. So, but I'm looking forward to this event, you know. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping the best for it. So yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to end the video right there, guys, because I said I didn't mean for this to go on as long as I did. God, the video went way longer than I meant. But when it comes to Sonic, like I said, I'm very passionate, and what I intended for like maybe a short 8-minute video ended up being about 27 right now. And it's like, well, dang, you know. But that's just how I am with Sonic. I'm very passionate about a series that I like is my first. I guess one reason is because it's the first series I grew up with. Literally, it was like the first thing my parents introduced me to, besides Casper and stuff like that, you know, when I was a kid. Well, Sonic was like the first, my first series. My dad, he liked Superman. I had Superman tapes and Batman tapes and stuff, but Sonic was the first thing introduced to me that was like strictly shown to me, meant for me, kind of. It's like my dad wasn't into it as much, but he got it for me though, you know. And I just want to see Sonic do good, and I hate seeing it treated as just a meme property. Because even on Sonic's like Twitter page, all they post are memes all day long. And I guess a lot of young people like memes nowadays. I mean, I like memes too, but it's like Sega goes the extra yard with it, where the only thing you can associate with Sonic nowadays is a meme. That's it. It's just memes. And Mario, they'll make a meme every now and again, you know, they'll joke it, you know, they'll make a joke. But Sega is the only one with Sonic where they just constantly make memes. It's just, that's all they can do with the series, you know. So yeah, we'll see. Listen, I got good hopes for it. And I could talk about some other stuff like Sonic Omens and my thoughts about that. And, you know, people trying to, like, this, I'm not gonna get into that right now. I could later, maybe. We'll see how things pan out, but that's it for now, guys. I said I was gonna keep it short, so I'm gonna stop it here. Well, I'll see you guys Thursday. I'm looking forward to the event. Hopefully it's good, but for now, you guys stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you guys again on Thursday. I'm hoping this show is good, guys. I'm hoping so hard it's good, but for now, stay pixelated. I'll talk to you guys later.